So you're ready to graduate from your borrowed Costco foamy and someone on Facebook Marketplace is selling a lightly used board for $150? Great deal, right? Let's find out. Welcome to the Wipeout Weekly, the daily podcast for beginners, wannabe surfers, and seasoned wipeout enthusiasts. No hype, no filler, just the highs, lows, and honest truth about learning to surf and finding your place in surf culture. I'm your host, Suze Wilson. Let's go out. Buying secondhand can save you hundreds of dollars, but it's terribly easy to buy a total dud if you don't know what to look for. So this is your ultimate guide to buying a secondhand surfboard like a pro, including what to check, what to avoid, and a dedicated section on foam boards. Because yes, they have their own red flags. Okay, before you even browse that Facebook Marketplace, know this for sure. What size, shape, volume you are actually looking for, what's your level, and what kind of waves you're surfing. Do not get seduced by a good price on the board that's totally wrong for you. It happens all too often. Actually, it happens all the freaking time. Here's your checklist. And let's start with the absolute no-nos. Delamination, or delam. These are the soft, bubbly spots where the fiberglass separates from the foam. Buckling. That's long, thin creases across the deck, often a sign of board being close to snapping. Water damage, that's the worst. Yellow or brown discoloration, especially in spots. That's where the water's got in. It looks like it's been snapped and repaired. Avoid it unless you're buying it as a wall decoration. If it's covered in art, well, that might be to hide any bad repairs. And my favorite, evident gigantic holes that make you ask, did you go to the shop and price the repair already? And it's just not worth repairing? So follow this for your full inspection walkthrough so you look like you know what you're doing. First, pressure dings are normal. Those are the small dents on the deck from feet and knees. Totally fine unless they're super deep or forming around the stringer like a trench. Already covered delam? That's bad. Press on the deck and bottom with your palm. If it's squishy or kind of like air pockety, just walk away. Water damage, yeah, that's the big no-no. If you see any brown spots or circular yellow stains, this means the water did get inside, usually due to an open ding left unsealed. It makes the board heavier, harder to surf. You do not want that. About them cracks and dings. Minor dings are common, but they must be repaired properly. Feel with your fingers. If your nail catches in the crack, water will too. And as I've mentioned, beware the paint cover job. Paint jobs, Posca paints, or full wraps might be hiding damage. Previous repairs are not really a deal breaker if done well. Clean, sealed, dry. But poor repairs, that's water inside, risk of delam, and resale value totally tanked. Also, check fin boxes for cracks around them. Wiggle fins to test stability. And also, if you see a non-standard fin system, then know that these are harder to find replacements, so avoid unless you're into that kind of thing. When checking a leash plug, make sure there are no cracks, no wiggling, is solid as a rock. And a lot can hide under a layer of wax, so ask the seller to remove the wax before you inspect it. While you're doing your walkthrough, you can use your phone light to have a closer look. Shine your phone light across the rails and deck to spot cracks, repairs, warps, and hidden soft spots. As for pricing tips, you already know it. If a board is suspiciously cheap, assume something's wrong. If it has dings, delam, or a weird repair, lowball if you can deal with it, or just walk away. Compare the used price to what it would cost new, so just don't overpay for junk. And always haggle. Now, I mentioned foamies do deserve their own section. Let me sail through this quickly because these babies get funky fast. Here's what to look for in a used foamy. Surface cleanliness. So foam boards absorb everything. Grime, wax, sunscreen, and skin from your body. Dirty is fine. Mold, gross, but not fatal. Waterlogging. Yes, they do get waterlogged too. So heaviness is your clue. A soaked foamy will feel like it weighs 20 pounds. Knock it gently. If it sounds dull or wet inside, just pass. Fin boxes and leash plug, same. If you're pulling away from the board or it feels soft, no good. Some foamies have glued-on fins, so check for wobble or cracking around the base. Delam and bubbling, oh yeah. Foamies can delam too. My Wavestorm totally delammed from sitting in the sun, which I am so not guilty of. Anyway, if the slick is peeling off or bubbling, just walk away. Spongy deck, that's another one. All foamies dent a bit, but check if it's not soft or sagging in weird areas. The biggest red flags for foam bows? Well, open foam anywhere, or tail drag, so it looks like flattened tail or squished nose. Any warping or twisting, bottom slick peeling away, and giant soft spots under the chest area. You don't want that. Also, if it smells weird, it's been sitting too long. Ask for the model and the make. Google it, some foamies aren't even worth $20 used. And also check surf school sales because they're rough looking but often still solid. Right, now for your final buyer etiquette. Always inspect in daylight. Bring a towel so you can lay it down safely. And don't feel rushed because a 5-minute inspection can save you like $300 in repairs. Lowball respectfully, haggle gently, especially if repairs are needed. And walk away if the seller seems sketchy or pushy. You see, buying secondhand can be a really smart move, but surfboards aren't like bikes or guitars. They're watercraft, and water gets in everywhere if things go wrong. So go in with your eyes open, your fingernails ready to feel for cracks, and your BS radar on. If it feels off, it probably is. And that's all for today. Check out the Wipe Out Weekly for our free newsletter, more stories and ways to connect with us. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow for more of the Wipe Out Weekly.